What are you saying uh-oh for?
Oh, you're going okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, the stream is up, running, ready for the championship rookie race here for the A class.
And I have mine as well, so just now up.
I don't know. They've been out there running laps trying to get this underway. We'll see how it all comes down into this. And tight points battle between Parky and Phantom in a couple of these. Been all season.
It's they've been everybody in this whole entire event in this series has been racing really hard. So
Well, as far as I know, you have your top four racing tonight. So you got Phantom, who's leading the A class, 8 points over Parky. You have Sleeper in third with 21 behind Phantom, and Upchurch 41 points behind Phantom in the A class. Just showing up every week and definitely finishing their races to make sure it's been a good one. Oh. I guess we'll send them loose into their qualifying run. See what we got.
see what we can get underway, and if we can see see what's going on. We'll see exactly what they have to offer this fine November evening, early November evening. It was like 75 degrees today, and now it's a solid, 46 out here. I don't know how it is for everybody else, but it went from being nice in shorts and t-shirts weather to now I need a jacket, a sweatshirt, and long sleeve everything.
Yeah, it's that time of year. But I don't know if you noticed the the practice times down there. But Phantom, Parky, and Sleeper, all within just a couple tenths of each other practice laps.
I noticed. It was extremely tight racing at this moment. As we're gonna have even tighter racing now, considering that everything is on the line. Qualifying, the actual race itself.
That is true.
We're gonna see them. I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody run their try different things. They're gonna push these cars extremely hard tonight. I already know that. Like everybody has been anticipating this moment. And the tensions are high. Anxiety is even higher because it's the last and final season. We're all looking to go out with a bang, and make something happen. So everybody's going to be pushing the limits of the vehicle that they are driving tonight. Both vehicles.
This is very true. And the TriStar, though, you can't push it past that limit because this car is very consistent, but the problem is it's also very snappy. It's very light. I mean, you push it too hard and it could be trouble.
I noticed that a little bit in practice myself. I got on for like an hour or total, like in total, I think, and raced like this car a little more than I did the Razor that we've got coming up shortly. This car, it'll throw you out more than it'll help you. So, being in complete control of this car is way more serious than most of the cars that we've raced this season.
I am not 100% sure what happened to Parky, but he took a hard right into a wall.
Yeah, I watched that. I
Oh,
was
and
wondering there
Sleeper
for a
just went
sec.
around.
Currently, Phantom with the 57.3 leading for the pole position in lap time.
Now, I am gonna say that is not something you want to see because if Sleeper can't snag out that pole position, that's fast qualifier for Phantom.
Yep, and that's an extra point. Wouldn't Parky be able to get if he led most laps, led a halfway lap, and had the fastest lap during the race, I think he should be okay. But he'd have to win, lead most laps and get the halfway.
Losing the fast qualifier is that was a big one. So because if Phantom holds on and takes the fast qualifier, that puts him up 11 points.
Oof, yeah. So he's definitely already first. Well, Sleeper is absolutely trying to take it from Phantom. He pulls off a 57.980.
I was seeing how
So
Sleeper was practicing. He's got the capability to get in the 56s, so I know that is one thing Parky is really looking for right now. Is he's kind of ranting and roving for Sleeper at this moment. He's like, "Come on, Sleeper, pull it off. I know you can."
Yeah, if he pulls it off, he knows that he's got a chance for the actual race. I'm wondering if Parky is giving himself. It doesn't make sense, but it's a thought. He's giving himself a challenge by just DNFing. I mean, I don't see how your car could just snap sideways, especially with lag like that.
Sleeper's gonna need a real strong last lap here.
Yes, yes, he is. And Phantom is still doing it. He's still holding on. He's got a 56.5 at the moment for fast qualifier. Everybody getting close to coming around the final corner. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. And Phantom crosses with a 56.5. And we'll see Sleeper is coming around, and he will finish with a strong 57.1.
I mean, he had a good run. I just, you know, it's a tough break at that moment.
Unfortunately for Parky, I just something happened to him. Anything that I can even possibly think of doesn't make sense. So I'm assuming he had some technical difficulty there for a little bit.
From what I'm gathering and Parky messaging me, he did end up having some audio and visual issues. So,
Uh-oh.
at this moment, what we're going to end up seeing is that's going to put an 11-point spread between Parky and Phantom going into this race for the Class A points. And what that does is Parky would have to get fast lap, lead every lap, and halfway, and that would give him 6 points to cut into that. And then if he somehow, if he wins the race, Phantom would have to finish. He would actually have to finish, and that's just the difference with that fast qualifier. I mean, the 8 points would have made it really fashionable, but the Phantom pulling in the fast qualifier, that's definitely. We've seen stranger things happen, so.
Yeah, we have. We've seen a lot of. I honestly don't think Phantom's gonna let it go that easy. He's gonna be out here trying just as hard as everybody else is. So, I hate hearing myself. You.
Get ready to run this one underway here.
Yup.
We got
We are
two strong tracks tonight. Gonna be interesting. So, as this goes and plays, I don't know how. I didn't see either of them practice on Furwood, so I don't have anything for the Class B. But we have reverse roles when it comes to the second track because you have Parky actually going into the Class B points 7 points ahead of Phantom, which I found interesting. You know, Phantom's 8 points ahead of Parky in the A, and Parky's 7 points ahead of Phantom in the B. The points battle's there.
It's very much there and alive, I'll tell you that. Quit that. Sorry. Wife's phone. Just waiting for Sleeper to finish his last minute preparations and we will be underway. I'm honestly not taking any guesses this week specifically because of the fact that everybody's just gonna... They're driving so hard. They're gonna be doing everything that they can do.
This is very true. And you got Soul Pun in there keeping an eye on him tonight, so he's gonna be watching real close to make sure these guys don't bring out the boxing gloves.
Absolutely.
We all know there's a rival between Phantom and Parky. I mean, it's a friendly rival, but
it's friendly, yes.
But it's competitive.
But yes, it is very, very competitive. Having the pace slap come right through. Having everybody line up. I'm surprised there's not more rookies for the last and final week. Like you think everybody would want to be there and give more of a challenge to points leaders, and you know, major position changes could have happened during that race too.
See, the one thing I didn't understand about this points battle is you also have the overall points. Now, it sounds weird because Phantom's in the points lead by 8 in A class, and Parky's in B class leading by 7. So when you think about it, Phantom's 1 point ahead at this point, you would think, but when you total up the numbers, he's actually 12 points ahead of Parky, which is so strange. But that's only because of the points difference between A and me, but we're gonna get ready and we're gonna go green flag.
And that is officially the green flag. We are off. Looks like Parky and Upchurch had a little bit of a squabble there. And this right here, Sleeper holding up Phantom gives Parky a chance. Because there are some sections where Sleeper is a little slower in than Phantom, or at least a little less brave and everything. But here we are, Phantom absolutely just quickly getting out front, and Parky getting right past too. So
right,
the race is on. It's officially started.
All right, and the difference between Sleeper and these other two is we recently found out this season that Sleeper runs first-person view, so right straight out of the cockpit. Which
interesting.
There's a few drivers. I know Parzival in the semi-pro does, Bulldog in the pros. It's mixed up, but they're there. And it can be fast, but for a lot of people, it can be frustrating. Because there's, like, I know in Bulldog, when he started out in semi-pro before he went up to pro, everyone was kind of like, man, if he's next to you, he'll put his door in you without even thinking. It's like, well, at that point, there's a spot where you can't see the car next to you in first person, so.
Yeah. I mean, there's only so far that you can set an offset, like, for inside the vehicle. And I'm sure they already have that offset, you know, turned up as far as they can get it so they can see a wider range, but even then, you know, it's just like being in an everyday car. You still have blind spots and, you know, places where you can't see.
Right.
So...
Now, this is something Parky's not 100% normally used to, and I mean, like I said, Sleeper's been running pretty good in practice. He shows he can run up here with these two. I think he's being a little bit more forgiving than the normal Sleeper we see, because he knows the points battle in front of him.
Parky up and over. Oh, those tires on the top of that hill will absolutely get you. I think any tire will, but if Sleeper makes a second place, Sparky is going to have a lot of work, but we have 15 laps left technically, and a lot of work can be put in, will be put in, and things can happen. Who knows? Phantom could make a mistake and, end up giving Sleeper the pole position and Parky passes.
Right.
Anything, it's anybody's game at this point.
And you also have the logic in his head. He knows he's out front. He doesn't want the mistake, so you could see him actually become super cautious and make sure that he's just getting... because he doesn't want to hit a tire. He doesn't want to throw that car in any which ways to take his chance of winning and possibly just beating.
Yeah, no, I've noticed that he's sticking towards the middle of the track or the outside of the track in places that he can, so he's not making that mistake. He very well much knows that these tires can mess him up.
Right, and he's gonna keep an eye behind him because Sleeper isn't too far behind.
Oh no, you can 100% hear the engines of the cars behind you. Parky making another mistake hits the little pole there on that little hairpin and makes another mistake. Parky is now back there quite a ways, actually.
Just had Sleeper turn up the fastest lap, so he's hunting down Phantom. He's like, I know Phantom's got to be a little cautious, and I know he's being conservative out there. So if I just push myself a little bit more, I can get to him. That's exactly what's going through Sleeper's mind right now.
You ever notice he's being a little bit quicker now than he was in the qualifying? He knew that he'd have more time to do what he needed to do in this race than he would the qualifying. There's no sense in chasing and messing somebody else's lap time up when you can hunt them down, in the 20 lap race that's coming up next. Sleeper out just a little wide, almost goes off the track. Loses just a little bit of time on Phantom, but not too much time. He's still got him in his sights. He's still there.
So, this is going to be a big factor of, like if I was in Parky's position, I would actually more or less just calm down, take a breath, be like, alright, I know I can hit these lines. I was practicing, I know where I can run. Just, I need to stay in a comfort zone, not do myself, because your leader is going to be sitting there just kind of pacing it. So it's when you push yourself and you're like, I gotta catch him, I run out of time. You still have you're lap 7 out of 20, and they're like 50-second laps. You have plenty of time.
Yeah, absolutely plenty. I mean, Parky coming down the hill, pushed it a little tight into the berm and ended up hitting the other tires, and it slowed him down a little bit more. So, Parky he's pushing himself, but we can definitely see that he is absolutely, if he's throwing his car into the corner, he is absolutely trying, but, he's throwing it in too hard, makes another mistake, and it costs him yet again, so.
Yeah, Sleeper just made a mistake in turn 1 and just about looped himself all the way around. But, like I said, there's still plenty of time, because now what this is going to do is Phantom's going to see, okay, now they're even farther back. They made mistakes. I can just split a little bit more and take it easy and just keep his focus.
Alright, give me one sec, guys. Let me change that real quick. I'll turn it down a little bit. And let me know if that fixes it, D-Heist. I can also move my mic a little bit closer too, but I hear the echo. You're not wrong. Oh, Parky gets past Sleeper, pushes him off the track just a little bit, but they got it connected, so. Phantom is on a Sunday drive right now. He is gone. He's on the roundabout as Parky and Sleeper are coming. Oh, Parky is rolling up and over! Oh my goodness, another big mistake. Still there. Yeah, oh. Oh, it might be, stream. It might be stream. Which is okay. I've got my phone turned all the way down, so. Oh, Parky's got to calm down just a little bit and run his lines like he was during practice. He was very calm, cool, and collected during practice.
I
Oh,
think
he
he's just
didn't
still
have.
frustrated from the qualifying, and then the few mistakes that have happened. Just it's hard to recover from that sometimes.
Diaz. Yes, he has taken my name. It's his now.
Well, he knows it's all come down to this race for the A class, and he's literally trying to push that car to max, and that's something we talked about. Yeah, this car, it's one you don't want to over push, really.
I mean, this car, like you said earlier, beginning of qualifying, I believe, it's extremely snappy, and I learned that uh, myself during the practice just before this. You throw it around a corner a little too hard, and there's your mistake right there. Parky making another mistake, unfortunately. He's just pushing it really hard. Phantom currently with the best lap with the 56.3. Sleeper not too far behind with the 56.7. I think everybody is absolutely spread out during this race. I mean, there's a long ways to go for lines to race. It looks like Parky has officially given up.
Yeah, I think
He
at this
is.
point he's just too frustrated, and he's just all in the race.
He still has B-class race, so. Yeah, Phantom is just now crossing the finish line. And Sleeper is coming around the last and final corner. There is I think everybody is just kind of they're gonna set in and they're already settled in, but they've got their lines, they're doing their thing, they're letting it go. I think everybody's kind of settled out. They've got their distance, so far in between each other that there's probably not much one can do. I mean, Sleeper is pretty quick, and Phantom is too. We've seen them race side by side several times this season.
I know Sleeper's got the capability of it, but he's another one. It really comes down to he's got to get that focus in there.
You think he's too unfocused?
No, it just comes down
Oh.
to if he will.
Oh yeah, Phantom is being absolutely conservative. I mean, there's enough time between them, I'm sure if he made a mistake, he's got a nice cushion to go off of, but even then that gives Sleeper an opportunity to make a move. Any mistake by anyone is absolutely detrimental. I mean, it very well could be, Soul Pun, it very well could be. The car is just too much for someone. I mean, Phantom is, he's still. It looks like he's having, certain issues going around certain corners where he might think that the car is not going to do what it's supposed to, but it ends up doing it anyway, but a little more than what he expected it to. So, I think this car is a tough one. I myself have overestimated and underestimated this car. It's a challenge to drive. It is very much a challenge to drive. Up Church though is.
Well, like we said, he's got race 2. Back as much as he can, because you're gonna have to see pretty much a similar performance in race 2 coming into the next race.
Oh yeah, very much so.
And
Yes, it is. I don't know the whole consensus on that. It is off the track, but kind of on it.
Hmm.
Parky's car. D-Highs in the chat was saying that his car is really close to the track.
It's close, but as far as watching the lines that the rookies are taking, it's not really in
It,
their
yeah,
definitive
it's
lines. Each one of them take a line that's a little bit higher than where Parky's car is resting.
I mean, it's as you said, D-Highs. It's just enough that if somebody decided to take that line specifically, they would hit his car. But like Unknown just said, the lines that all the rookies are taking is that his car technically isn't in the way.
Right
It's
now, when
not
you
messing
see
with the.
when you see the veterans and semi-pro, and the faster the groups get, you're gonna start to see that line get lower and lower.
Yeah, see that you notice. Yeah, it's always been that way. You see lines, and I never understood that concept of racing until I joined the WPL. Watching everybody race and watching everything they did, and I was like, okay, so these guys are actually doing lines. They're hitting consistently every lap a line. And the higher up you get, the less that line is deviated from.
Things
And it was mind-boggling.
things PR or public lobbies, I should say PR, things you don't notice in public lobbies as much because it's just I don't know the mentality in a public lobby. I know there's a lot that just do the wrecking aspect and some just try to run, but it's kind of hard to get a groove in a public lobby because of so much chaos.
Yeah, no, one thing I love about racing in the WPL and even the PRA coming up, it's controlled. It's calm for the most part. It's chaotic, but it's a chaotic calm. Like everybody's trying to do their thing, but it's not the level of the public lobbies on Wreckfest maybe, where everybody's just throwing it in there.
Right.
Looks like Phantom had a bit of a oversteery moment, but he quickly collected it right back up and he's off again.
I don't even know if he's actually scratched that car.
I currently do not see a scratch on his car at all. I don't think I see one. Besides the rust and dings that it comes with in the paint job anyway. I don't think Upchurch or Phantom have. Okay, no, Phantom or Upchurch does have damage, visible damage on his car, but. And then Sleeper, obviously, he's got damage to his car too. DRC. No, it's not DRC, but thank goodness it's not DRC. That is hectic in and of itself. That's chaotic. I think I'm not sure if I'm reading this right, but Phantom is being incredibly slow around some of these corners. I don't know if it's the way he's driving the car, or if I don't know if he's like, he knows he's got so much time to waste, and on his side that he's just, like, he's being super conservative about it.
Yeah, he knows there's no threat to him, so.
True that, D-Highs, true that. Way better than public lobbies.
Yeah.
I much prefer racing, like, after having a taste of the WPL, even with my first season, I much prefer racing League than a public lobby.
I think if you come from a racing aspect, it's a lot of people go into that. There's a lot more respect between your fellow racers. It's a lot more fun. I mean, and we do more than just race. We have our fun little nights where it's wreck 'em. So, but that's just friends picking on friends.
So, I have a question. Being that you said everybody, there's, a big amount of respect amongst everyone and them racing and everything. And we've seen moments where somebody might have been a little heated. It's gonna happen. Rubbing is racing. Has there been ever at any point in the WPL history that somebody hasn't respected, another racer out on the track?
Yeah, we have. We've had a couple, but it gets handled. Actually, at this track, season 1, I do believe, as Phantom's gonna just.
Yep, he's gonna sit there and let everybody else. Oh, whoops! I am so sorry, everybody. I'll have a view of it right here. Is Sleeper gonna run into him, or is he gonna? Oh yeah, he's gonna ram him. Oh, we love to see it, everybody. We love to see it.
I think I seen
Absolutely.
a wheel go flying, so.
I think I did. I can't necessarily tell myself though, because it was so quick.
So I can tell. I mean, at this moment, we can tell Phantom has clinched the Class A points division. So.
And that is our A-class race. Yeah. But, I mean, he won. A little showing off isn't too bad every now and then.
Ow.
But who wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
It killed Sleeper.
A boring person.
It did. It did.
I'm pretty sure the whole time it was planned, like Phantom's like, hit me, hit me. Alright, now we're gonna get ready to switch to the other one, which is gonna be a fun little race.
Oh, Furwood was,
First off,
so Phantom.
Sleeper is the complete opposite to boring, thank you very much.
We didn't say he was boring. He said, what kind of person wouldn't hit you? And I said, a boring person.
Ah, makes a bit more sense.
He was trying to live up to the excitement. Like I said, you're probably telling him, hit me, hit me.
So
Yeah.
how does your win on the very last and final week for the A-class TriStar feel, Phantom?
Honestly, that whole race was a bit bittersweet, because, I mean, yeah, on one hand, the fact that I managed to pull, at some point, a 20-second lead on Sleeper, and run a 56.3, that's brilliant, but I was kind of hoping for, like, neck-and-neck racing and doing a last little sprint for the finish line.
You were looking for competition, a challenge, where it would actually, and it's understandable, it happens.
Yeah, I
some
mean,
difficulties every now and then. I mean, it's racing, so something's going to end up happening.
yeah, I mean, I was having plenty of those throughout this season. I was hoping for like one sort of last hurrah, I suppose.
Well, you came through, you held on all season, you've had an epic battle with Parky all the way through it, and it was going to be a close one. Parky having some technical difficulties at home.
Oh, was that what happened?
From what I understand, his dog hit his HDMI cord running across the room, and his TV cut out.
Oh
That's
no!
very unfortunate. I would be very frustrated, but
Can we give Parky some like?
Some what?
Can we give him a couple of points just to make him feel better?
Well,
oh,
anyways,
my
I
goodness.
can congratulate you on the Class A points championship. That one is a certain lock in with you winning the race.
Now, be careful what you wish for, Phantom, because looking for neck-and-neck racing, Parky could be absolutely bringing it this time. So,
Honestly, I hope so.
Well, let's get those B-Class Razors fired up and ready to go for this next one. Good luck out there,
4, 3,
Phantom.
4, 2.
Yep, good luck out there and congratulations.
Yeah, well, with the razor in one of the corners on this track, I think I'll need it.
I think we all do. I've been watching semis, pros, and veterans all having their moments with this track. So,
Yep. Well, I'm off to qualifying.
yep.
And qualifying.
Like I said, I have no idea what to expect on this one, as I have not seen. I've seen Sleeper and Upchurch throw up some laps, but I have not seen anything from Arky nor Phantom. So now I really would like to see, like, hopefully we see Parky come into this race more dialed in, like, get rid of the frustration from the first race. This is a new race. Get your times, get your positions, and run it.
It looks like Parky is doing that absolutely right now. The rate at which he passed Upchurch was an incredible rate of speed, not gonna lie. I believe that he has leaned forward, as many gamers do, and locked in. He is ready for this race. He's ready to get it underway and get it going.
That's what you're supposed to do. Lean forward. I kick back.
Well, when you're really good at racing and you're like the fastest out of the entire league, well, there isn't really much more you can do.
Well, I think you're gonna get a surprise tonight. So
I think I already know what the surprise might be.
as far as I have seen and noticed, we have zombie racing tonight. So.
Oh, really? Parky puts out a 50.8. It looks like he's about to pull out a 45, almost a 45-second flat lap. Phantom following very closely with a 46.6. 1 point, almost a second and a half behind, but still very close. Upchurch letting Sleeper by.
And I did watch Upchurch actually hit a 46 in practice. I know it's not like a consistent time for him, but he knows he's capable of running that. So if he's able to get into that groove and do that, I think something he would enjoy. Because I know his Sleeper's times were high 45s, low 46 as well.
Parky doesn't get a faster lap, but Phantom does capitalize and gets a
Sleeper with a 44.9.
Wow! Sleeper is absolutely bugging it right now, and I think Phantom is a little shook by that.
I think he noticed that Sleeper was running a little bit quicker, so he just decided he'll drop to the back, let Sleeper have that line so he doesn't catch Phantom.
Parky's going to be
Really
looking
nice
for...
strong lap by Sleeper. I will give him that.
Yeah, a very, very strong lap. Parky running a 44.1 currently. He's taking it right back from Sleeper, saying this is the race where I'm going to say something. This is the race where I'm going to do it.
Very much so. Parky was very much like, mister. I don't think so. He's been leading the B class all season long, and he's not going to go out like that.
Oh, no. And I don't think anybody would want to at all.
What in the world did Phantom get?
So, it looks like Parky is harnessing the power of Paul Walker. He has his little R32, set up just like his, so we'll see if Paul Walker comes through for Parky. Nickname him Paul Walker Parky or something.
Oh, and Phantom comes in to take that second spot from Sleeper. What a bully.
They're just bullying Sleeper tonight.
What? Parky taking your fast qualifier, so...
There's the points for Parky for the B class. So what happens if you have an A class champion and a B class champion? Are they automatically like? Are there automatically like this is your A class and this is your B class, or are they added together for your overall, and then it's just one specific person from both categories?
So you're asking if somebody won the A class, B class, and overall?
No, so what I'm asking is, like, for this example specifically, Phantom is in front for the A class for the rookies, and then Parky is out front for the B class. And if it continues to stay that way, do you add those together anyway and then use the overall, or is it like, do you have an A class champion and a B class champion?
Uh, actually, you're gonna have you're gonna have Phantom as your A class rookie division champion. Now, if Parky holds on, which he has a very good, strong capability of doing that, he will move on to be. Okay, so let me rephrase this. Your
Spectator.
your A class champion is decided as Phantom took the first race. Now, this second race, we're going to determine a B class champion, whether that be Parky or Phantom, depending on how it turns out and runs. But
I woke
then,
up
yes,
this
the
morning.
points do add together, and there will be an overall points champion. So it's not working out this way in the classes because everybody's been fairly consistent. But it could have turned out to where you could have had an A class, B class, and a different overall champion. Say, if you had a guy that dominated A class but absolutely sucked in B class, right? So he wins the A class, but then he's like 12th in B class. And then the guy that wins B class was strong in B class but sucked in A class, where he was like 10th in B class. And then you had a guy that was like constant 4th and 4th. His overall is going to be better than both of theirs.
That makes complete sense. That's understandable. So that was I was wondering that actually this whole entire season, believe it or not, I just kept forgetting to ask if you had like two or three different champions or if it was like one champion specifically overall.
Oh, that there each series is its own individual points race.
Okay, alrighty.
So yes, each division has a possible the three different champions. That's why when I said Phantom is your Class A rookie division champion, that is, he's got that. And now he's gonna fight with Parky to try and take the B class and the overall. So, are we looking at any sweeps in the overall A and B? As of right now, the only sweep possible that I'm seeing is Pro that is locked. Semi-Pro is up for grabs between C-Dub and I think you have C-Dub and Soul going at it. With Texas, I mean, his overall is a little far, but depending on how race A and race 1 and 2 go, the 40 points is easy to make up. I mean, that's easy to pull in 2 points, and especially with the semi-pros, because there's so many of them. The more cars, the more point spread. D Highs, he's gonna have his hands full because sitting here, he's got the lead in B class by 7 points over Kevin, Ham, Ramrod, you know. And this is a good figurance too, as I was saying this, like Kevin is leading A class points in the veteran, with Ramrod and Hambone and D Highs following. And then in the B class you have D Highs, Kevin, Hambone, and Ramrod. So they're very switched. And then when it comes into the overall, you have Kevin leading, but the wild card there is Hambone. Hambone's second in the overall points, but he's third in the other two. So I'm kind of amped up and anxious to see how that veteran series is gonna go. DI's not so much. His palms already started sweating in practice.
Nah. Never.
I did hear someone said they were gonna give you a T-bone steak if you let them win.
I ain't had nobody win.
Now I see Sleeper made a challenge for the lead there, which he lost some momentum from that. But I mean, Sleeper with your fast lap right now with a 44.7, so he's out here trying. He's like, it's the last race. I'm gonna show these guys. I should have been up here all season long, right on your guys' doors. And I know from running with Sleeper this whole time, like as long as he's been, ever since he's joined the league, he's been a rookie for quite some time. He struggles with a lot of different cars. He has his specifics he likes, and then there's tracks that he can't stand. But when he gets comfortable and you find him in a comfortable car, you'll see him up front. Just like the Rammer, up until his mistake, he was running really good in the Rammer.
Oh, you probably want to take her out one last time.
Oh, he catches that little bump on the inside there. I mean, he is giving Phantom a great run here. Now I do know Parky is definitely trying to get every point he can. Because he knows the A, Phantom took all the bonus points. Now he knows he's got to take all the bonus points in the B. The only variance that was between the two is right now Phantom is still running. So as long as Phantom finishes this race, I think the overall points might just go to Phantom, but anything can happen. I see we've lost Savage in the vocal region.
I've been commentating like I was not muted this whole time. Believe it or not. Oh my goodness. I am just a dunce today. I've been all over the place. I was commentating the whole entire time.
Well, since you did that, now when you race, you gotta flip your car. Or your season's not complete.
Well, I've had a thought about that, like for the past few days. You know, everybody in the Discord has been like, "We gotta go out. We gotta do something." You know, that everybody remembers. So it's been in the works, everybody. It's been in the works. I might pull off something crazy tonight. It wouldn't be a show if I wasn't on my roof. Phantom throwing it into that corner has gained a lot of time on Sleeper, at least a good second and a half. Parky, though, still way out front. Phantom has made absolute amazing time on Sleeper. He's doing his best.
Well, I'm really actually kind of liking this right now. Sleeper is having a really good, strong run.
Oop. Sleeper gets just a little wide, little loose. Oh. Phantom gives him a nudge, says, "I'm going to take this spot real quick. Let's see if Sleeper has anything to say about it."
I think Phantom's starting to find his little groove that he's like, we're about halfway. Let's see what she's got.
And there is Sleeper again.
Yeah, Sleeper was just like, I'm still here, man.
Oh, threw it completely sideways in front of Phantom. That was an odd but awesome move. I don't think I've seen anybody throw it completely sideways in front of somebody else. It's a dangerous move, it really is. If you lose too much speed, you cause a caution.
I know the one person enjoying this, and that is Parky. He's just telling
Oh,
us
yeah.
to keep fighting it out back there.
He's wanting these guys to just let him go on a Sunday drive.
And
But
they
we've
are
seen it
pushing
time and time again.
Phantom off into the grass.
Gives Sleeper a good almost 2 second lead on him. And Parky up front with just absolutely nothing to do but look forward and keep his foot on the gas.
I'm gonna bring this up right now. I'm actually pretty excited about this. But Upchurch cracks into the 45s back there. I mean,
Yeah,
all
he
through
does.
practice, he got into the 46s. That's the fastest I was able to see him run after practicing for a while, but was able to track it down to a 45. I tried working with him on some lines. He's starting to come around.
He's starting to find his groove as well and make a little bit faster.
Parky is definitely handing out candy after this race.
He's probably doing drive-bys right now, throwing candy at the crowd as he does his little rounds and everything. Here you go, everybody. Happy late Halloween.
And the battle between Phantom and Sleeper rages on here. These two are not letting up on each other at all.
Oh no, Phantom on Sleeper's bumper, just barely grazes it, but doesn't hit him. Like, you can see the paint swap. Ooh, Phantom throws it into
As
Sleeper.
you say that, I mean...
Doesn't give him any damage, gets damaged. It's the commentator's curse, I swear.
Phantom's like, what? You said I wouldn't hit him? Here. You can't let Phantom's reputation go down like that.
Phantom said, hold a minute, hold my beer.
He's like, that dude just called me nice. Take this.
Yeah! Oh, it looks like Sleeper is a little unsure. See, through that section, I've noticed he lets up off the gas and, then turns his car for that jump. Because, I mean, if you don't get your car turned correctly, you end up in the grass, like we saw Phantom do a couple of times. Oh, this is locked bumper. Nope. Phantom gives up just a little bit, says, I'm gonna let you go, but I am here.
This front stretch camera sucks.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, Phantom just a little bit in the grass in the rough spot, but Phantom throws it just almost a little wide. Sleeper is taking it wide, but Phantom right behind him. Why do these cars look like Mustangs in the front?
I don't know what kind of Mustangs you look at, but...
The 97 to early 2000s, like the 97 to 2000s models.
Maybe it's throwing you off because they all have the headlight covers on.
Probably.
Yeah, Parky
Because I was
is
looking
just
back at Phantom as from Sleeper's perspective. And I'm just now noticing that these cars look a little like Mustangs.
You're gonna get an email from whoever created the Nissan and be like, "What is wrong with you? You making fun of our car?"
I'm probably going to get a bunch of hate mail from every GTR fan ever for saying that. Somebody's going to send me a whole entire book of the history of the GTR. Looks like Phantom is throwing it. He doesn't have the speed out of that last and final corner that Sleeper has. Because I noticed Phantom gets out front, but he's not able to hold it.
So what they're doing is actually a real good racing etiquette, and that's the fact that, okay, you had that inside line coming into this next corner. I know you're going to drive in hard, so I'm going to brake a little bit earlier to be able to dive in and get the run coming off the corner on you. And that's exactly, they keep crossing each other up back and forth here. They're having a really good race between the two.
Yes, yes, they are. Yeah, you can hear Phantom went off the gas just a little earlier than Sleeper did. And now has the run on the inside of Sleeper. Oh, he does get loose. But that helped. I don't know how, but it actually helped. He got loose off that corner and Sleeper throwing it in. Phantom had less speed, so was able to just push it into that corner. It's amazing racing going on right now. They're going absolute back and forth.
I know, you got Parky out front in cruise mode. He did manage to catch Upchurch and get around him, but it's hard not to come off this battle. I mean, they've been fighting for ever since the start. They're not letting up on each other at all.
Parky walked away with everything, and Phantom and Sleeper are, I mean, they're at war currently. It's the last and final race for them
Parky
this season.
returned the favor for the A-class race.
Oh, well, there really wasn't any favor to repay. It was just a technical difficulty, unfortunately, on his part. And because of that, he's making up for it, you know?
No, you're going to see Upchurch nicely move over. He knows he's still battling. Sleeper off-roading a little bit.
Oh, damn.
Realize that's not the faster line.
Oh,
somehow still gets back out
front. Back on the inside. How?
He went off-roading and said, "Look what I can do, Phantom," showing off a little bit, and then got right back out in front. And it looks like the last and final lap. Maybe that is the line that you take. I'll have to try it myself and see if it works.
No, don't do it. You'll ruin your race.
These two had respect for each other. They're not trying to take each other out, but they know they're having fun.
They're being so respectful.
Clean pass.
We'll see on the last and final corner who has the run. They are coming to the last and final corner. It looks like Sleeper has lost a lot of time on Phantom. He brakes really
came
early
over that jump and he lost a lot of momentum as he landed sideways.
Yeah.
It looks like Phantom will take second, Sleeper with third.
Oh, that was synchronized law here. Good job, guys.
It was. Good job, boys. Good racing. Oh, Upchurch hasn't finished. I forgot he got lapped. My apologies.
Every race this season, Upchurch has shown up, and he has gone just to finish the race. He's done really well, and I'm not going to discredit him for that. It takes a lot to not get discouraged when you're out here competing, you're learning, you're trying to figure these cars out, you're not on here very often, and to pursue to at least finish the race. And he gives Parky's AI a door shot like, I remember you.
Well, it's like any racing league. Just because it's called rookie don't mean them guys are slow.
No, not by
get
any
Parky
means.
up in here.
Pretty good laps.
Oh my goodness, that was fast. Parky's ready.
That's because he knows he won the rights to take over the broadcast booth.
Congratulations on your job becoming commentator. How was your race?
He might be having... Oh, there he is.
He said could have been better.
We noticed
extreme veto on votes in the prior seasons.
So we noticed that you were very strong in this race. You know, you were trying to make up
faster
for
times than him in the TriStar even too. There wasn't no making up nothing. I was faster in both tracks, faster in both cars. It was my season. I threw it away because of the TV air.
Well, unfortunately, sometimes, you know, things do happen. You know, life does get in the way. It does happen, but you came into the B-Class race knowing exactly what you were fixing to do, knowing exactly what you were going to do, and you absolutely pulled it off. So congratulations, though, Parky, on your win.
And I mean, that's pretty decided. You took the Class B championship in the rookie division.
Yeah, but the whole thing was mine. I was faster in both cars. I extremely disagree with the voting on cars, especially in the last week. Extremely influences the rookie. You know, these tracks are backwards. TriStar should have been B, Razor could have been A, and on opposite tracks. Just all the other experienced drivers like to throw a loop like that. Us rookies can't handle it.
I've been
It's
hearing it through
unfortunate,
a
and that's
few,
the way
but
the dice rolled. But if anything, rookies should be voting on cars and tracks.
We will be back for the veteran races. Give us some time to set up everybody. Thank you for watching. Give us just a few minutes.